in a bit of a pizza coma.
Pizza coma, yes, well, we are full of pizza.
Yeah, carb.
So much pizza.
The carb coma is real.
Sounds like our holiday resort, doesn't it? Oh, we're going to pizza coma this year.
Yeah,
Is that on the Italian coastline?
we are living in a post-pizza world, folks.
No, pizza still exists. Don't panic, people. But we'll have people marauding the streets saying, "Oh my God, there is no more pizza."
Queues round the block.
Well, also, it's saying that it's a post-pizza world is a lie, because I still have half of mine left. I'll be enjoying that later on.
I think most of us have half our pizzas. Yes. Yes, we've all got half your pizza left.
There you go. That's it. Wow. There we go. Welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm your GM for this game and for many others. And I'm joined by a very tired and defeated-looking cast. Stu.
Offended.
Fuck you too.
Neil.
Hey!
Darren. And Amy.
So we're all going to do star jumps now then, yeah?
Yeah, why not?
Okay,
Let's work off all
Off
that.
you go.
I can do loads of those now.
Nice.
I don't need to do star jumps. I am a star.
No.
I was thinking, Dom. You know how you go like round, and we got Stu and we got Neil, but we're we're all sat round in the wrong positions for you.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I've gotten used to it.
When you say our heroes, Alwyn Templeton, Brother Amos, we are sat in the perfect order for that.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, you
I
are.
noticed that on the last episode.
Not much gets past you, does it?
No flies on Stu.
Fucking shitload gets past me. It's got to be said. I mean, I noticed
certain
inane
things don't get past you.
yes, the inane, pointless things that have no bearing whatsoever on anything. I'm there for that. I wanted to ask Tom anyway. Like, you're GMing us in person now. We've done a couple of these episodes in person.
It's weird. I like it. It's fun.
Do you still like us?
I never liked you to start with, Neil.
Oh,
so,
well, that's okay.
There was no danger of that. No, it's good. It's good. It's nice to be back in person. I would say rolling dice, but we've not had that many dice rolls through these couple of episodes.
Well, this is my first in-person tabletop RPG for about 10 plus years.
Wow.
Because my first ever go at tabletop RPGs was Dungeons and Dragons. I only did about 2 sessions of that.
Yep.
And that was like over a decade ago now. And all the other ones I've been doing during lockdown.
I've been over
online
stuff.
Yeah.
So it's your first Paizo in-person game. It's your first Pathfinder in-person game. It's your first Pathfinder 2nd edition in-person game, and it's your first in-person game on 12 listen to 12 from Twitter.
You've only had half a beer, Stu.
Tales from the 20 Side.
There we go.
Wow. Yes, I think that's wow.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but to actually answer questions, it's nice being in person again. It's nice being able to actually, when I'm talking to a character, I can look at the player, as I have. You guys probably noticed. I can look at you. I can look in your eye. I can see what you. I can't see what you're thinking. I'm not that much of a psychic. But I can, I can get a vibe for how you're feeling. I can get a vibe
see
for
what I'm thinking now.
I can.
What number am I thinking of?
2,762.
Oh, 69!
Nice.
That's the only number he ever thinks.
Well, no, there's always 71. No, 71.
Why 71?
69 with 2 people watching.
Fair enough.
Makes sense.
Fair enough. So no, it is really nice to be back in person. It's nice to be sort of here in my little corner.
It's my little corner. Just saying.
Well, right now it's mine, Stu. I mean, my stuff's all over it, so
Your sense.
Have you marked it?
I've sprayed the wall.
Oh, that's what that smell was.
You just see all the neighbourhood cats just go running across the
That's my
road.
deposit out the window then. Yeah. Good.
There we go.
Who's hosting next?
Is that where you usually
That's where I usually mark.
throw your deposit?
Yeah.
Oh dear. So how is everyone feeling, folks? I mean, we've gotten you to Whitethrone at last. You're starting to explore the capital city of Irison a bit. How is everyone feeling so far?
Like I'm in the middle of a minefield. I mean, it's all going to kick off.
Yeah, I feel like something bad is going to happen.
Yeah, and we're going to die, aren't we?
Della's a little preoccupied at the moment with some things.
Yeah, Della's got a lot on her mind,
Yeah.
which she's not shared with the rest of the group yet.
No.
You know, I feel like something bad is going to happen. Brother Amos is just waiting to punch something.
He's waiting for the bad thing to happen so he can punch it to death.
Yeah.
Owen's feeling quite good about it. I mean, we're in here. We've not had any fights.
Yes.
We're doing it.
I was saying like in the kind of post game thing after last episode. I'm really proud of you guys and how sort of delicately you've navigated the Howlings because there's a lot of stuff with a lot of Della's help, with a lot of help from Della. But you guys have really, like, as a group, you've navigated what in the book is actually quite a dangerous area. There's a lot of things going on and a lot of ways that you can get yourselves into trouble. And so far, you've managed to find the right route through all of them.
We have made it quite clear it is dangerous and a lot of bad things can happen. So yeah. we're gonna be careful.
I'm a bit worried that those trolls know where we are. Like, they know which house we went into, and that might not be a good thing.
But they're trolls. They won't remember. They're too thick.
How do you know?
Because trolls are thick.
It's a bit racist. How many trolls have you met, Stu?
Specious. Actually, I spend a lot of time on Twitter.
Oh, valid point.
Defend transgender issues and bigotry in general, and I encounter a lot of fucking trolls.
Valid point. Yeah, I don't do Twitter. Twitter's just a bit of a cesspit.
I am trying very, very hard to do less and less social media altogether.
Don't blame you.
There we go. And speaking of a place that has no social media, so you don't have to worry about it, I think we should get ourselves back into Galarian, folks. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You don't sound convinced over there.
Yeah. I am, man.
Fair enough. All right then. So, picking up where we left off, our adventurers, Orwin Templeton, Brother Amos, Otto von Niederschläger, and Della Thornbury, have successfully, for the most part, navigated the Howlings district of the city of Whitethrone. After making a delivery of fish to your guide Ringgear's contact, you made your way back across the district, avoiding a few encounters along the way. You encountered a human man who was being pursued by a winter wolf as one of his slaves, and as you were very distracted by Stu picking up a Blu-ray. What is that for, Stu?
The Howling.
Oh, nice.
A classic.
I was trying to do it quietly so you wouldn't be distracted.
The problem was, Stu, because you were doing a lateral movement, it just caught my eye. I couldn't stop looking at you.
Stop distracting Dom.
What can I say?
But yeah,
Patrick
Getting out his Back Alley Boys Blu-ray.
He knows all the dance moves.
and all the musical numbers.
Ringgear and the Trolls.
All right, so so you did make your way across the Howlings district once again, freeing a slave. In the process, you purchased him off of his erstwhile owner, a winter wolf by the name of Corgin, who was otherwise chasing the man down and perhaps about to kill him. You don't know. You then made your way to the house of Digby Ratt, Ringgear's contact, who would be able to get you some forged IDs and allow you sort of slightly freer movement around the city itself. And kind of just as you got there, you became aware of an altercation nearby between two ice trolls, sort of decked out in the uniform of Elvana's Winter Guard, and two white-haired, blue-eyed humans, which you recognise to be winter wolves. The two groups seem to be having an argument of their own, kind of about superiority in the district. And as they were doing so, The group attempted to enter Digby Ratt's home, only to find that there was no answer at the door and the door itself was locked. With some quick hands from Della and a distraction from Ringgear himself, you were able to buy yourselves just enough time to get the door open before the trolls sort of really started to come and question you. And where we left off last time, you had all just entered the house of Digby Ratt. It's sort of a fairly sort of damp and musty smelling abode, as if the air doesn't really get to it all that often. And the door has just clicked shut behind you. So yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Oh, that was close.
When we meet this Digby Ratt, the fact is called Digby Ratt. If he's not what's the name of the race? Is it Itsoki? Yosoki. If he's not a Yosoki, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh, prepare to be disappointed, James. No spoilers, but prepare to be disappointed.
I mean, it's called Rat, so you know. Yeah. Well, yeah. Ringgear, what do we do now?
Yeah, where's your friend?
Well, Forrest, give me a moment. I need wait here. I need to see if the asshole is hiding somewhere.
Perhaps he left a note.
And you see Ringgear sort of moves away from all of you, and starts calling into the house itself. Digby, you asshole! Digby, you asshole! Come out here right now! You left us outside with the guard, you dickhead! Just starts. You hear him sort of stomping through the house itself, and then after a couple of moments later, you hear sort of the muffled sound of Ringgear's voice. Seems to have gone up a set of stairs somewhere. There you are, you bastard! Come on, get downstairs now. We've got something to say to you. You hear a muffled response, but it's not clear enough to make out what's being said. But you hear the sound of footsteps coming down the stairs of this building, and a few moments later, you see Ringgear re-emerging into the main room you find yourselves in, and behind him, you see that there is a man who is about the same height as Otto. You can see he's dressed in quite comfortable looking furs, sort of almost loungewear as much as you could say that. His head is completely bald. Aside from, you can see that kind of dotting the top of it, there is this kind of white and brown fuzz, almost as if he's not long since sort of shaved his head. So his head is covered in this sort of white brown fuzz. There's a steel rimmed monocle in his right eye, and you can see kind of as he comes down the stairs and around the corner, you can see that wrapping around kind of the back of his head and his neck and down one side of his shoulder, you can see that there are several jagged looking scars, very very old looking scars that are very 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 jagged and sort of as if the flesh has been torn at some point. And you can see, in addition to that, this man, where you would normally expect to see a beard, you see that he instead has bulldog-like jowls that kind of hang loose. And he looks over at all of you, and he says, All right. Well, Ringgear, I'm so sorry. I was having my little afternoon nap. Now, who are these fine folks I see before me today? What can Digby Ratt do for you?
I'll speak.
Tell him, Ringgear.
Yes, introduce us, Ringgear.
Yes, Dom, play the game all by yourself.
Well, I did. All right, I'm Alwyn. Hello. This is Chardonnay.
Alwyn, Chardonnay, pleasure.
Alwyn.
Alwyn, pleasure to meet you.
I'm Della. You might want to just make sure your lock's fine. We might have had to jig it a little to get in.
You had to jig it to get... Oh, because I left it locked again, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that. I didn't mean to leave you outside. Ringgear, and you can see that Ringgear is kind of just staring at Digby with just a look of almost fury on on his face. And you see he sort of says, Digby, sorry doesn't cut it. You know that there were two trolls of the Winter Guard outside, right? They almost caught hold of us. What were you thinking? And he says, all right, I'm sorry. You know it's my nap time around this time of day. It was an honest mistake. I'm sorry. Listen, I'll find a way to make it up to you, all right? And
discount.
they sort of squabble for a second. Yes, I'm so sorry. Where were we? So we've got Owen, we've got Chardonnay, we've got your name was Della. You said my lock might be damaged. All right, I'll have a little look at that in a minute. Don't you worry. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate that. And you two fine gentlemen, what can I do for you? What's your names?
I'm Brother Amos.
Amos, nice to meet you.
Otto.
Otto, nice. Oh, I see you're a fellow dwarf, are you? Yes. Excellent. Well, I'm only half dwarf, really. You see, but it's nice. It's nice to see another mountain born among us.
Which half?
Well, my dad's side. No, sorry, that's the DM getting this wrong. My mother's side. My mother's side.
Was your dad a Yosoki by any chance?
Yosoki?
Yeah.
No, I ain't no rat folk, sonny.
Well, you're called Rat, so.
No, my old man was a shoonie. Very brave little shoonie. Don't think too hard about that.
So, yes, so dog. Right.
But anyway, obviously you've come here with my good friend Ringir Malenkov. What is it you seek from old Digby here? Papers, all right. Papers I can do. Papers for moving around White Throne, right? Is that what you're after?
Yes.
Excellent. Right.
And this gentleman here, by the way, who we've not mentioned and we appear to have forgotten about, is what's his name again? Yoran.
Oh, nice to meet you, Yoran.
Yes. It's all right, Yoran. Yoran. Yes, you're a free man now.
What?
You're free. You're not owned by anyone.
What do you mean I'm not owned by no one? You paid for me.
Yes, but I'm giving you to yourself as a gift. Do you want me to put that on a piece of paper for you? I don't know how this works.
No. It's enough for you to say.
I'll give you a sock.
Are you sure, Owen?
Yes. Sir? Yes. No, not sir. Stolen. Yes, of course. Yes. We don't. I fucking hate slavery. I'm not a slavey person at all.
All right. Okay. Well, that's good to know, I guess. And you can see kind of he does look suddenly. There is a slight look of relief, and also kind of confusion. You see, he's not really too sure what to do with himself as you say this to him, Alwyn.
If you're not sure, like, where to go or like what to do with your life at the time, you can hang around with us till. But it's entirely up to you. It would be your choice.
Yes, I think hanging around with us would be
It's useful to have a local.
Let's be clear. It is his choice.
Oh yes.
Yes.
No, you own him.
No, I don't own him. Just make
you
that
can
very
tell him
clear.
that he has no choice.
Just very clear, not owned.
Right. So as you're having this conversation, Ringir pipes up and he says, "Yoran, was it? Your name was Yoran?" Yes, it was Yoran. If you don't wish to stay around White Throne, and I wouldn't blame you if you wish to get away and start somewhere fresh, I tell you what, your master Corgan, was it? What business does he have to attend to today? What time will he be going home? And Yoran says, "Oh, he won't be back till gone sundown now, sir. He won't be there. Why are you asking?" And Ringir says to him, "Well, Yoran, do me a favour. Go back to your master's house. Any other slaves in his household, if they want to get to freedom, tell them to come here. Take as many things from your old master's house as you can. Come back here. I will see to it that you get out of the city."
Yes. Oh, there's more slaves then. Right. I just thought maybe he'd have the one slave. Do people have more than one slave? I mean, that's just.
Oh yes,
it's bad enough to own one, but multiple slaves is just being greedy.
I can't comment on the morality of these people. Aside from it's not right as you say, but yes, it's quite common for winter wolves or trolls or any person in a position of power in Whitethrone to have more than one slave.
Yes. Anyone who wants to, it's their choice. Make sure they know it's their choice.
All right.
Choice.
Your choice to be a slave or not?
Yes.
Well, Yoren, as I say, if you go back to your master's house, gather anyone who wishes to leave and whatever valuables you can carry, and we'll make sure that you get out of here. And so Yoren sort of nods, all right, I will, and he opens the door, closes it behind him, and disappears.
And we never see him again.
It's almost like I wanted to get the NPC out of the picture.
Della's going to follow him.
I'm not going.
Drag him back.
Yes, I'm not going anywhere until he returns.
Mine
Now.
So, what do you have to show for your 5 platinum pieces? No.
A sense of well-being that we've done the right thing in the world.
Well, you can't put a price on that.
The real funny part is you say it was my platinum pieces. No, it was our platinum pieces.
Yes, our platinum pieces.
Yes.
We will reimburse.
It wasn't
them
just.
later.
Well, no, because I'm holding everyone's money.
I really haven't had much use for money since we met.
No, it's
Always
true.
find a use for money if you want to pass them my way.
That is fine. I'm happy holding it all.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so this was quite nice and heartwarming and everything, but you said you're after papers. What sort of papers are you after? As my good friend Ringier told you, what your options are?
Yes. Now Della and I were going to be Jadwiggers.
Still Yagi.
Still Yagi. Yes.
I can't make you Jadwigger. I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Okay, yes, that's the one. Still Yagi. Yes, but and yes, Otto's going to be the slave of Della, and Brother Amos is going to be my slave.
All right,
But not really.
Of course, it's all for appearances. I know that. Don't you worry. But my papers are the best that you'll find on the market. I can absolutely make that happen for you. What names am I doing on all these?
Do we want secret names?
Bob of the Wastelands.
Have I written that down before?
I don't know.
I feel like I have.
You might well have done. So I made a real point about saying I want to be Bob of the Wasteland.
Yeah, I've written Bob of the Wasteland, Alwyn.
This whole false papers things is a new experience for me. So don't you just have ready-made identities that you can just...
Hang on, Otto. You're a bounty hunter. Are you saying that you've never chased quarry that have tried to fool you with false papers?
Yes, but I've never had false papers myself, and I've never really looked too closely at where they got it from, whether they decided that they would call themselves something, or whether they just turned up somewhere and were told, well, I've got some papers in this name, and you can have that. Where you buy a name off the shelf, a bit like buying a company if you're starting a trade.
I don't keep nothing kind of ready off the shelf, as you say. It's kind of better for business, you know. If the Winter Guard come calling, they find a stack of papers with names on them. That's going to raise a bit of suspicion, ain't it? However, I make them all myself on demand, and it'll only take me a few hours to do so. Like you guys you're all welcome to rest here for the night if that's what you want. Whilst I make them up.
I think we should.
Yes.
Yeah, a cup of tea would be nice.
Bob of the Wasteland.
Absolutely. My house is yours. Help yourself to whatever you want. As my way of saying sorry for the little incident at the door.
A discount.
Della takes
discount
everything
would be
not
good.
bolted down.
You've got 2 houses now, Della, you see. Yes. But no, a discount would be a good way of showing us how sorry you are.
In a proper portfolio.
Give me a
I am.
diplomacy roll, Owen.
Ooh, 10.
No, I've got a business to run in, my friend. I'm so sorry.
Not that sorry. Then.
I know I inconvenienced you, but I've still got to turn a profit. You know what I mean?
Nearly
You
got us
couldn't have had
fucking
business
killed.
by the end of today had we not managed to get through the door. So
Yes.
Sounds like someone else wants to roll a diplomacy check.
yeah.
If that doesn't work, I'll roll an intimidation.
No, I'm just saying.
If that doesn't work, I'll produce flame.
If you burn him, he can't make the documents.
But I have a temper.
It's still a dirty.
I'm the first to
20.
admit it.
A dirty 20.
Ooh,
Ah,
that's 20.
pretty good. So kind of as you sort of say this, Della, he goes, yeah, all right, good point. I'll give you a little bit off. Sound fair?
Thank you.
What's a little bit?
Well, so ordinarily, for your slave papers that'll cost you 5 gold, I'll knock that down to 3. And for your still Yagi papers that'd be normally be 20 gold, I'll knock them down to 15. Does that sound fair?
18 gold in total
No, 36 gold.
for
Yeah.
all 4.
That seems
Hang
pretty
on.
reasonable, doesn't it?
Oh, so you're saying each?
Yes.
I mean,
that's
if you
what they
just
cost.
spend 5 platinum pieces for no reason.
That's not for no reason. Do you see his little face? It lit up.
Not anymore, because he's gone.
Well, yeah, but
He's out of the narrative.
Those trolls.
You hear a scream as he falls down a well outside.
well, we'll see what state these papers are in.
All right. I mean, either you're agreeing to it or you're not. I'm not doing this work for nothing.
Let's just pay him.
Well, I mean, we're agreeing to it, but we'll pay you once we've got the papers.
That's fair. That's fair. All right then. I'll get myself to work. Like I say, you're all welcome to rest here. It's gonna take me a few hours to get these done. So by the time I'm finished, it's gonna be near dark anyway. So if you want, you're welcome to stay here for the night.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems.
Let's do that.
Thank you.
We'll all be dead tomorrow anyway.
Whilst we're staying here, we do have that padlock. Otto, you still got that?
The padlock.
The padlock?
Somewhere, yes. Why would you want to do
Well,
with the padlock?
because Della's broken his lock, so until such time as he gets it fixed, we can use the padlock temporarily to lock it.
To be clear, Della hasn't broken the lock.
No, I'm
She
very
picked it.
skillful,
She picked it.
but I was just pointing it out to explain that we got in somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. But Della said that she's broken the lock, so I wouldn't know, do we?
That's true. That is true. It's very true. But yeah, so unless there's anything that anybody wants to do, you guys basically have a night's rest here.
At some point in the evening, Della wants to just get ring gear on his own, and she just wants to find out: is it Haifang Arena? Have I written that down right?
Iron Fang Arena.
Iron Fang. Okay. She just
Oh,
wants
sorry, no, Ifang. You're right.
Ifang, yeah.
Ifang.
She wants to find out where that is.
Of course. So yeah, you sort of catch ring gear in the evening time, and yeah, he's sort of been brewing some tea for everybody. You can see he's calmed down a bit after he was sort of quite angry with Digby when he first arrived, and he sort of you sort of approach him and he says, Della, what is it I can do for you?
Well, I'm making sure that no one is close to earshot when I'm asking this. So yes, I've heard about this Ifang Arena place, which I understand is in Whitethrone.
The Ifang Arena, yes, the Ifang Arena. That is in. It is a famous fighting pit in the Troll Quarter. Why do you ask?
Oh, I've just heard about it.
Okay, it's a curious thing to have heard about and then be asking a question of. Do you wish to go there?
I might do. Where is it in like where we are here? Is it? Where is it?
So compared to where we are here, it's more or less on the other side of the city. Once we are done here and you've got your papers, we are going to a more central place where, as I've said, I will introduce you to Solvig Erdal and the Heralds of Summer's Return. And after that, it will be kind of up to you where you wish to go. With your papers as still Yagi, You shouldn't have any difficulty getting to the arena, as long as you don't try to go near the palace on the way.
Okay. Oh. I don't suppose you know of a Jonah Turnscar, do you?
Jonah Turnscar. Yes, Jonah Turnscar. He's I hear his name whispered a little. He's the pitmaster at the Ifang. Handles all the fights. Oversees who is going to be fighting who, what the stakes are, that kind of thing. If it's a public thing or a private display. Basically, if it happens at the Ifang Arena, it goes through him.
Cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Della. Anything else I can do for you?
No, I think I'm going to turn in now.
All right. Well, wish you good night.
Yeah, and you.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything?
No.
Is Digby? I mean, presumably he's working hard away. He's not.
Oh yeah, Digby retreats upstairs, and you can hear the sounds of writing. You also hear the sounds of spellcasting being done. So it seems that this is quite an intricate and involved process to make these papers.
Oh, spellcasting. Ooh, I think I have a. Yes, I have. I have a skill of recognise spell.
Okay. I mean, he isn't doing this in the same room as you. But if you wanted to go and observe him, you could do that.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, if he's casting spells, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's just like he's writing documents. So why would he be casting spells? That seems a bit odd.
Sure. So I mean, if you want to go up and sort of see him as he's working, you sort of make your way upstairs. The door to Digby's kind of office workshop area is open, and you kind of look in and you see him kind of sat with his back to the door, and kind of just as you get to the top step, Digby sort of stops working, looks over his shoulder, sees that it's you standing there, Olwyn, and sort of goes back to what he's doing, and he says, all right there, Owen. I don't mind you watching me work, but please don't come into the room if you don't mind.
Okay. I'll just watch from here. Thank you.
No worries.
Intrigued.
Yeah. You watch him as he continues scribbling away, and very occasionally you do see him sort of cast. He sort of you see magic appear on the end of his finger, which he then uses to trace sort of certain shapes and things onto the documents. Talk to me about recognise spell.
Oh shit. And no, it's a reaction, which is kind of not so relevant.
You can find it first.
I'm looking for something else, but I might get there in a second.
Here we go. Got it. Trigger: a creature within line of sight casts a spell that you don't have prepared or in your spell repertoire, or a trap or similar object casts such a spell. You must be aware of the casting. If you are trained in the appropriate skill for the spell's tradition and it's a common spell of second level or lower, you automatically identify it.
Okay.
It's roll.
You're a divine spellcaster, right?
I am a divine spellcaster.
You immediately recognise this as the spell sigil.
Right. I still roll to see if it's a critical success.
Oh, okay, sure. Is it a secret roll?
Does not say it's a secret roll.
Roll that religion check then.
Okay. Natural one. No, I'm not going to expend my hero point on that. Okay. So it is a success.
Yeah, you recognise it as the spell sigil, which is used for kind of inscribing magical marks onto documents.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Well, with that, I'm happy, and I'll go back down.
Yeah, no worries. Anyone else want to do anything whilst you're resting up at Digby Ratt's?
No.
No. Yeah, I will rest.
You rest, okay.
Yeah, take the opportunity to rest after an uneventful day.
Yeah.
No injury and
I know, a rare day with no
Yeah.
injuries.
For a hard day
Enjoy it.
following someone else pushing a fish cart.
yeah.
There we go. All right, so you
We're not even pushing a fish cart. We're supposed to be the slaves.
Well, you are now. You weren't earlier.
Oh, bollocks.
Yeah. Now we'll get you to do all the work.
There you go. Okay, so you do finish. You do sort of enjoy the rest of your evening. The only disturbance comes just before sundown, when there is a knock at the door, and you see that sort of waiting outside once again is Yoren, and he has two people with him. There is a man and a woman, sort of both dressed in serving gear.
Excellent. Usher him in.
Yeah, your ring gear sort of lets them in, and yeah, he sort of tells them to make themselves comfortable, and he will basically start making arrangements to get them out of the city, that sort of thing. But otherwise, nothing of particular note happens on this evening. You all bed down for your evening's rest. Actually,
5 mirrormen burst.
5 mirrormen.
And then
5.
they stab the beds, but there's only pillows. Oh, we're not there. We're around the corner.
There we go. So yeah, no, your evenings do pass restfully, with the slight exception of Della.
Damn it.
So Della, as you bed down for your evening's rest, you find yourself getting off to sleep quite quickly. It's quite warm. It's quite comfortable within Digby Ratt's house. You get the occasional chill draft blowing through, but it's nothing too severe. You snuggle up into your bedroll and you're absolutely fine. But as you sleep, Della, you begin to dream after a time. You start seeing your vision sort of clouded by this thick grey fog, and the grey fog begins to darken at one point, and you see that it darkens in the shape of looks to be a humanoid, in possibly a plate armor of some kind, and it appears to have curling ram's horns that curl back across this individual's head. And as the kind of just as dawn begins to break, this apparition in your dream, you don't ever get a clear look at its face or its features, but you hear at one point a sort of old sage-like voice just almost whispering to you, "Welcome. We'll speak soon." And kind of just before you wake up, this individual fades back into the fog, and your night continues without incident. But yeah, so you do all complete your night's rest. You get back your hit points, con times your level if you've lost any. Any daily abilities obviously refresh, and you find yourselves with a new day ahead of you. And kind of just as you are all coming to consciousness, you see that kind of already awake, or perhaps didn't even sleep. You're not too sure. You see that Digby Ratt is there waiting for you in the main chamber of his room, and you can see that he has four scrolls that have been tied with looks to be a ribbon of some kind. And he passes. Yeah. All right then, my friends. Good morning to you. You'll be very pleased to know that I have finished the job you asked me for. So I've got them right here. If you would be so kind as to make your payment, and well, then you can go about your business.
Have a look at the documents.
Yeah. You give me
Can I get Ringgear to have a look with me?
Yeah, you absolutely
Because
can.
he's the one who knows what he's looking at.
Absolutely can. So you sort of you unroll yours, Olwyn, which is indeed made out as Bob of the Wastelands.
Bob of the Wastelands.
There you go. Everyone else was just using their regular names, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you unroll your scroll, which states that you are Bob of the Wastelands, and that you are a Stilyagi guest of the oligarch household. And yeah, Ringis sort of looks over. You can see that it has sort of quite a complex arcane looking sigil stamped, kind of almost like a watermark. And Ringis sort of looks over and he says, "That's very good work, Digby. It's I can see you've not lost your touch." And Digby says, "Oh, thank you for saying that, Ringir. That's very very kind of you. Yeah, no, these are all in order, all with the most up to date sort of markings and household runes, all that sort of thing. And yeah, so they should do you nicely. I mean, as long as you don't give anyone reason to inspect them too hard."
Also,
So they're not foolproof, is what you're saying.
They're not at all foolproof. I would have thought my good friend here in Emotions to Ring Gear would have told you that. You know, they're good. You know, that they'll pass someone giving like a cursory inspection. They'll pass any time a guard asks you for any ID. But if you start causing trouble, people are going to look a bit closer, and I can't guarantee you that they'll hold up to that.
I think Ringir did say something like that. I seem to remember.
he did.
Probably.
All right. Well, yes.
I mean, what I will say is those of you with your slave papers, so Amos and Otto, with your slave papers, people don't look too hard at them. You should be a lot. You can fly under the radar a lot easier. However, there are some restrictions on where you can and can't go. I would also say you also can't carry big weapons or wear heavy armour, but don't look like none of you are doing that anyway, so it's not a problem.
Stuff is fine.
Quarterstaff is fine, yeah. You can probably. I mean, you might want to just act like you've got a bit of a hurt leg, a bit of a limp, that kind of thing, just to help sell it. But no, they shouldn't hassle you over that.
My advice is put a stone in your shoe, then you don't forget to limp, or accidentally start limping on the wrong leg.
That's a really good
Good
idea.
idea, yeah.
That is how you fake a limp.
Or we can stamp on your foot.
I think I'll
And
go
give it
with
good
the
stab.
stone.
Get Chardonnay to bite you on the ankle.
No, the stone.
Stab.
You did think about it, though.
I did.
Yes, Brother Amos getting stoned.
Or,
Yes, that's good thinking, Otto. Very, very good thinking.
It is a standard trick in the bounty hunter's rulebook.
Right. Why would a bounty hunter want to present over a limp?
in case he's got to disguise himself from his quarry, you know.
Yes, we do have some skill in disguising.
Do you?
Yes.
He turned into a shark.
Does bounty hunting pay well, Otto? Does bounty hunting pay well?
Well, it used to. I don't seem to be earning much from it these days. But yes, is what's.
You haven't
And
done
what
any
you have
bounty
done,
hunting.
he's been spending.
Yes. I'll have to take a few heads.
You're not bounty
Well,
hunting.
If you are in town looking to make a little bit of money, I mean,
Yes.
I don't know why you're here. I can't presume as to your reasons. Frankly, it's none of my business. I don't want to know. But if you are looking to make some money, you can probably find someone who'll be willing to pay for stuff. You know, it's particularly a man of your skills. You say you used to be a bounty hunter.
Yes.
There is a bounty board in the merchants' quarter. Maybe have a look at that when you get some time.
Is there any money to be made at the fight pits?
In the merchant's quarter.
There's always money to be made in the fighting pits. If it's fighting you're looking for, you want to head yourself over to the Ifang Arena. But it's a dangerous place over there. It's over in the Troll Quarter. Not many non-monsters in there.
For Caden Kalian's sake, you two. We're here to save the bloody world, not collect bounties.
was just
or,
a
you know,
We
have
have
a
just
bit of
spent a lot of money.
Just a
Sure.
question.
We're all right.
I just
We're not.
thought that
We're
if
not
I'm going to
about
do
to.
some punching, I may as well make a bit of coin from it.
We're not about to starve, so it's,
That you'll
it's
keep.
fine. Don't worry about it. Honestly, right, speaking of money, anyway, yes, Digby, thank you very, very much. Here's your money, and here's an extra gold piece as a tip.
Thank you very much. So that's 2 Still Yagi papers plus 2 slave papers, less the discount we agreed. Total of 36 gold pieces, please, sir, and your tip.
Yes.
You're much too kind.
37, yes, which I've already marked.
He
on
is
my
much
sheet.
too kind.
I think he's ignoring you when you say that.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's no such thing as too kind. I mean, how much kindness is too much kindness? Because there's not enough kindness in the world as it is.
But you can't buy kindness with money.
You can't buy kindness with money. You're
Actually,
absolutely
you
right.
could buy something quite close to it.
Yes.
Moving swiftly on. Don't know where that was going,
A
but
close
I suspect
approximation
somewhere around.
of kindness,
Oh dear.
gentleness.
I know what you speak.
I worry. Anyway, right. So, shit. What now?
We've got our papers.
We've got our papers.
You've got your papers. That's absolutely right.
um,
Ringgear, I assume, is going to take you on. I think he mentioned something about that. He's going to take you on deeper into the city.
Oh yes, we're meeting those people.
Yeah, you see, kind of as you say, those people. You see, Digby Ratt puts his fingers in his ears. Goes, la 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 la.
Yes.
I want nothing to do with whatever you're planning.
Saving the world. It's fine. Yes. Anyway, we're moving on. Yes, I forgot about that.
Cool.
I forgot there was a thing. I was just thinking, shit, what do we do now?
All right.
here,
Well,
yes.
anyway, as I say, here's your papers. I wish you all the best. And if any of you come across anything that perhaps you shouldn't have, you come see old Digby. I'll try and give you a fair price for it.
What sort of thing do you have in mind?
Good to know.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, Bob, best you don't ask.
I'll win.
No, it's Bob.
Bob of the Wastelands.
Oh yes.
Get used to your new name,
This
Bob
is
of
going
the
to go
Wastelands.
so well.
I mean,
That's why we
it's-
stayed with our own name, so we didn't have to remember.
It's not too late. Like if you want, I will redo it in your proper name so you don't forget.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Bob of the Wastelands.
Are you
yes.
sure?
His heart set
No,
on
I've
Bob of
been
the Wastelands.
reminded now, so it's fine.
We will refer to you as Bob. For now.
All right.
Master Bob.
Chardonnay can stay a Chardonnay though.
Well, that's good because Chardonnay don't need no papers.
Yeah. No.
All right, if you're sure.
Yeah. Oh yes. Bob of the Wastelands.
All right then. Well, it's been a pleasure doing business with all of you, and once again I'm sorry for the little incident before we met yesterday.
At the water under the
Quite
bridge.
all right.
Can we come back and stay here if we need somewhere to stay overnight?
No,
If we pay you
how much?
gold each,
All right.
right?
Just giving money away.
No, I'm not. I'm haggling.
You would almost think it
But
wasn't his.
but if we needed to stay somewhere where we wanted to be inconspicuous, this seems like a good place to stay to be inconspicuous. Do you think?
If I wanted to be inconspicuous, I would leave.
Yes, but you know,
It just wouldn't be anywhere fucking near.
something that yes, I can understand the appeal of that. Yeah, right, okay. Ring gear, onwards,
Yes.
please.
All right. Come on then. Let's
Oh,
get
hang
you.
on, we've got friends. What are we doing with our friends?
You mean Yoran and his two companions?
Yes.
Yes. I will.
What are their names? We're not really met. Hello, I'm Alwyn.
And you see, they sort of pipe up and say, "Oh, hi, I'm Steph. I'm an alcoholic." No, I'm not. I'm Steph. I used to be. I was Master Corgan's cooking assistant, and this here is Landry. He was Master Corgan's personal butler.
Stephen Landry.
What did Master Corbin do?
He's got business about the city. He's quite a successful businessman amongst the Winter Wolves.
What's his business then? What sort of business is he? A trader? Is he a merchant? Is he a purveyor.
He's a trader mostly. I don't know much about what he trades in. I've never really concerned myself with it. We always just kept our heads down, you know.
He's a drug dealer.
I wouldn't put it past him. Winter
You
Wolves.
jump to your conclusions very quickly.
Drug dealing
Master
vampire.
Bob.
No, Alwyn.
Bob.
Bob of the Wasteland.
You see,
Are we
Ringgear.
sure we don't want to change your name? 'Cause
No,
I
it's
can
fine.
see this going bad.
Fine.
Ringgear puts his face into his hands, reaches out, grabs a pillow, and screams into it. Puts the pillow back.
It's fine. Be fine. Look, I'm getting this out my system now. There's a method. There's a method to the madness.
So Ringgear continues to say, yes. So, Joran, Steph, Landry, you can all stay. You can all stay here for today. I will see these people over to where they need to go, and then I will come back and I will arrange to have you taken out of the city. Does that sound fair? And they all nod in agreement. So there. So to answer your question, they're going to stay there exactly there.
Did they bring much of Kurgan's stuff?
You did say that they each brought like a medium-sized sack, like kind of. You get the sense that was the biggest thing they could carry without sort of raising too much suspicion walking through. And Ringgear sort of says, you managed to get hold of some things. Excellent. We can use that to help buy you passage out of the city, and for you four, and he looks out at you guys. I will make sure that you receive a cut for emancipating these people.
Oh no!
Yes,
Give them a
yes,
discount.
A discount on what?
Well, or getting them out of the city. No, don't give us a cut. Just
That's not up to me.
give our cut back to them then.
All right.
And if all that equipment's going to get them out of the city, like obviously they haven't got anything beyond that, have they? So here I'll speak to you all discreetly, and I'm going to slip each of them a platinum piece.
I hope Della doesn't see that. Because her eyebrows have gone so far up.
When I said
You are incredibly generous with other people's money, Alvin.
Yes,
Sorry,
best.
Bob.
it's the best.
I just want to stress something. Like when I've said in the past, I think I might have given you too much treasure. That doesn't mean you have to give it to everyone you see.
I know. I mean, literally. So in all the time that we've been playing, we haven't been anywhere to spend any money.
How do you
So-
have so much money?
Because we
he-
haven't
he
been
hasn't
anywhere to
anymore.
spend any money. We've been like basically out in the wilderness. This has been. But Owen is a generous guy, and he wants to
I
help
don't
people.
even
and
really need money, but it's the principle of the matter.
for all the good we're doing in the world. Look, look for these
Buy
people.
some kindness.
That's going to like make their lives for them. They can lead a much better life. That's like 3 lives made all the better.
They'll just spend
we're
it
not
on
gonna-
avocados and flat screen TVs.
Oh my God! Have you been reading the Galarian Mail?
It's the best newspaper in the world.
No nonsense newspaper.
Fake
Yeah.
news. Yes.
Oh dear. All right then.
I prefer the Sol. Page 3.
And they're not allowed to do that anymore. It's political correctness.
Yes, it's gone mad.
Where else am I going to get my sexy goblin paraphernalia? Oh dear. Right. So you pass out this. You pass out these coins.
And Della just passes out.
Yeah.
Della wipes away a tear.
Well, the thing
Unless-
is, Della has spent a long time trying to gather money, and just seeing you just go platinum piece,
And
it's just a bit much for her.
and the fact that Stu knows that Della has hoarded some money on this adventure without sharing with the rest of
I
us.
got nowhere
needs
near
to
what
be.
you've been handing out.
Yeah. I'm just going to give someone 100 silver pieces. Why not?
Yeah.
So you pass out this money. Olwyn, unless you are being particularly discreet about this, I'm probably going to say that the rest of the party see you do it.
I'm going to do it by shaking each of the hands and palming it as I do so.
Can Della see if she can see this?
Like a favourite uncle.
I don't
at the end
want
of a visit.
the party rolling against each other. That's not
I'm
the thing
not
I do.
doing it to hide it from the party. I'm just... If I'm hiding it from anyone, I'm hiding it from Digby.
Sure, okay.
But the rest of the party, I'm not hiding it
Sure.
from.
I think in that case, it's fair to say you see Olwyn sort of shaking his hand, and you know exactly what this means, Della, because you've seen him do it about 20 times yesterday.
Yeah, and he's not very good at it either.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I've no problem with the party knowing what I've done. It's Digby. I don't trust Digby that much.
Fair enough. All right, so you are given your papers either way, and Ringgear sort of begins to lead you out of Digby's house, unless there's anything else people want to do before you leave.
So as slaves, do we hold their papers or do they hold their own papers?
They hold their own papers.
Right.
You will. It will have been explained to you that slavery in White Throne, it's not quite as sort of archetypal as it is elsewhere in Galarian. You know, you don't walk around holding them on a chain or anything like that. Like, slaves in White Throne have a comparatively quite a lot of freedom. You know, they're free to dress. Most people allow their slaves to dress in a similar fashion to themselves, so that they fit in with their household. Slaves can go about their own business, or rather business on behalf of their masters. There are certain places they can't go, even with their masters. They either have to wait outside or sort of go home or whatever. The only other real restrictions is that they cannot own any weapon larger than a dagger or wear any armour sort of basically heavier than leather.
It sounds, just fitting my own head around this, it sounds as much like a caste system as anything.
It's more of a caste system. I think that's actually a better way of saying it. It's a caste system rather than a kind of, hard slavery, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But these people are still owned by other people.
Yes.
Hard back alley slave. Sorry.
No, it's
Drifted
fine.
off for a second.
It's fine. But yeah, so anything else you guys want to do before you leave, or are you happy to continue?
No, good to go.
All right,
do
okay.
it.
So, Ringgear leads you out of Digby's house. Who closed the door behind you. You hear it lock as you exit, and sort of tucking into your furs and your outfits as you leave. You feel a chill wind blow across through the thoroughfare, and Ringgear begins to lead you in a kind of easterly direction as you start heading toward the heart of the city itself. And you can see that from where you are, the city itself is built almost in like a basin atop the cliff. So kind of as you step out of Digby's place and you turn to the east, you can see kind of the full splendour of White Throne kind of dipping down beneath you as you do so. And you can see that there is sort of a little way ahead, there is a clear distinction between kind of this area known as the Howlings and the next sort of section of the city itself. And as you're all approaching to get to, obviously just to make your way through, you see kind of waiting by sort of the main road through the Howlings into the rest of White Throne proper. You see stood by the side of the road and stopping sort of groups of people larger than 2 or 3. You see 2 hooded and robed figures with bare feet and golden swords.
Buttocks.
And that feels like a good place to end for today,
Oh,
folks.
of course it does.
We have papers now, so there
Fair.
shouldn't be a problem.
Tales Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Fools. Music by hooksounds.com and editing by Stu Jackson. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Discord by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
We have papers that we've been told won't stand up to that much scrutiny.
Now well, it's about time we had a.
It depends how closely they're looking. Like this might just be a routine check. You don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to find out.
Yeah.
It's probably going to go horribly wrong, as it always does.
Well, no, we're doing really, really well so far in terms of diplomacy and talking our way through things, and and maybe Alwyn can give them some platinum pieces. Who?
Bob. You're going to kill us.